Hi there, in this video I'm going to go to Crome Hill and try and get some sunrise shots. So this morning I'm at a place at the moment called Sterndale. It's very early, it's 6:15, it's still pitch black outside. I'm going to have a walk down to a place called Crome Hill in a minute. Now I've been to nearly this location in 2019, a place called Parkhouse Hill. There's two hills that are almost opposite each other. I've taken pictures of Crome Hill from Parkhouse Hill. This morning I'm going to take pictures of Parkhouse Hill from Crome Hill. So despite it being really cold and really early, and I've got a half an hour's walk to the location, I'm really looking forward to this morning. And don't forget what I always say, it's really important that you enjoy your photography.
I hope you make it, 'cause I can change it anyway.
So filming in the pitch black is not the greatest idea because it's difficult to actually know where I'm going. There's a car just gone down the road, so I'm luckily being able to follow its headlights. So I know I'm going roughly in the right direction. But this morning, it's the first time that I've been out with my new Z6 Mark II camera. So I'm giving it a bit of a test really this morning, just to put it through its paces. Now what I will say at the moment, from a first impression, is just noticeably how much lighter it is. I put it on the scales the other day and compared it to my D850, and it is about half a kilogram lighter, and that's really noticeable, especially if we're on a big walk like I am this morning. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the video off a minute and concentrate on not bumping into a hedge or getting run over on the way down to the location. So I'll talk to you shortly. So that was a real battle getting to the location. The path was really slippery, very muddy indeed. I fell over 3 or 4 times, and it's a shame I couldn't film it because it would have been really funny. And just to make matters worse, when I left the car, there were stars in the sky, it was nice and clear. Now it's clouded over, and over on the horizon where the sun is due to come up is a great big dirty cloud bank. So I'm not very optimistic for any good light. Obviously now I'm in the location, I'm going to try and make the best of what I get this morning. We're just creeping into the blue hour at the moment. Fingers crossed that cloud bank, if it does blow across by the time the sun comes up, it is looking a little bit clearer over to my right, so we still might have a chance. So fingers crossed. I'm just going to sit here now and have a cup of tea and have a rest after that great big walk. That was quite challenging. I think there's another photographer coming as well now as well. I can see a light. Things are looking a little bit more promising now. We're starting to get a bit more colour in the sky, and the cloud bank on the horizon is just starting to move away a little bit. So it's looking like there might be some kind of possibility. I've had a chat with Rob, the other photographer, and we're both hoping that it's going to get on really well. So what was looking promising now is not looking promising at all. It's really clouded over completely. And I think it's getting towards time when the sun is due to rise, and I think we're going to miss it. So we'll try and get a shot of some kind, and I think it's going to have to be a revisit another day, hopefully with better lighting conditions. I've managed to get down from Crome Hill, which you can see there behind me over my right shoulder. Did manage to get down safely this time, so I didn't fall over. I used both tripods as walking sticks to help me. Next time that I come, I'm going to bring my crampon spikes. That'll help me get a bit of traction on the loose mud. I do intend coming back in a week, within the week or two, to try and finish this video properly. Hopefully get some better light, because it was a little bit disappointing this morning. I must have sat on the side of the hill for the best part of an hour and a half, and nothing really happened. I may be able to pull a little bit out of the shots in the computer, but I don't think they're going to be any more than just record shots. Hopefully I'll get some better light next time I come, but at least it's been a good reconnaissance and I do know where I'm going now for next time. So join me shortly for when I come back again. Morning, it's 2 days later and I'm now back on the side of Crome Hill looking back down the valley, and it's a much better morning. It's looking much more promising today. Hopefully today I'll get a really good sunrise. It's still just only starting to get light, which is why I've got the light on. I'm going to film a little bit in a minute because I'm filming at the moment on the Z6, but I'm going to film some without the light just to see how it handles the very low light conditions. I have got a 1.8 lens on the front of the camera, so that should really help, but we'll see how it copes. Let's turn the light off and see what the low light capabilities are. So I've turned the light off now. It's not completely dark. I can just about see my hands in front of my face. There's a little bit of light and colour on the horizon, but it's still fairly dark. But let's see how the Z6ii handles this. I've just looked on the back of the camera and I am absolutely stunned at the quality of that. The video absolutely doesn't give a true indication of just how dark it really is. I'm just amazed that it's done so well. It looks like the middle of the day. Wow, that's really impressive. Right, I am going to be sharing the hillside again, I think, today with another photographer. It might even be the same one that was here the other day. I can see the light coming up the hill. So, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Hopefully, I'm just going to vlog to the camera today, and I've got things that I want to do. I have brought my D850 with me today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a comparison. Once we get a bit better light, I'm going to compare a shot from the Z6ii to the D850. I'm going to put all the same settings on, I'm going to put the same lenses on, so everything is as comparable as possible, and take the picture using both cameras and see what they look like when I get them back in the computer. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe and the bell notifications. That way you'll be informed of all of my future content as it goes live. Right, just while I'm waiting for the light to come up, I'll tell you some of the things that I've done differently today. First, and what's made the biggest difference, is wearing spikes on my shoes. I've not slipped at all on the way up and it's been quite a pleasurable walk. Two, I've got better gloves, so my hands shouldn't get cold today. And three, I've brought some walking poles, so that's really helped me get up the hill. I've got one photographer just behind me and it looks like there's another one coming up the hill, so it's going to be quite busy here this morning, but I'm just going to vlog away and I don't care this morning. So I've just done the experiment with the D850 on and the Z6ii to compare the difference. Put the same lens on, I put all the same settings on the camera, and I'm just going to compare the two when I get them back to see if I can spot any noticeable difference. One thing that I really do like about the Z6ii is the exposure delay. It basically works a little bit like the self-timer mode, but it's an actual function within the camera that you can set a delay after you press the shutter before the shutter actually fires, which really is good. Do like that a lot. Just before we finish the video, I'm going to hand you back to me at home just to give me a chance to compare the two pictures from the D850 and the Z6ii. I'm interested myself to find out what they compare like. You join me back at home and we're going to do a quick comparison between results from the D850 and the Z6 Mark II on the computer. So let's have a look. This shot here was from the D850. It's sharp in the front and in the midground. It does lose clarity as it goes towards the back because it was a misty morning, and so we were never going to get sharp shots all the way from front to back. If we compare this to a result from the Z6 Mark II, it's very comparable. It's slightly darker because the lighting conditions had changed, but there's no difference in the clarity in the foreground and the midground. If we zoom in on the tree, then we can see that it's slightly sharper from the Z6 Mark II. Now, just bear in mind this could be because the resolution that comes out of the Z6 Mark II is smaller, and I applied the same amount of sharpening to both images. So it does make it appear that it's sharper, but I think this might be to do with the smaller resolution that came out of the Z6 Mark II. But either way, I'm still really happy with the results I got from the Z6 Mark II. So let's jump back to Chrome Hill to finish the video. Once the sun eventually rose, these are the best shots that I got. So that's been a great morning. It's been a much better sunrise than the one I got a couple of days ago. So it's really been worth getting up for. I had a lovely morning. It's still really cold, so I'm about to go and get some breakfast and warm myself up. Don't forget to check out my Instagram, that's at Darrell Oakden Photography. There you can see sneak peeks of photos before they go into videos. You can also message me there and down below in the comments. I love getting messages from everybody. Keep them coming and stay tuned for that 1000 subscribers special Q&A. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe and the bell notifications to be informed of all of my future content. Watch out for next week's video. That goes live at 4 o'clock on Sunday. But all that's left now is to say, stay safe and I'll see you soon. I've been to similar, it's a shame I couldn't film it because that would have been really bleh. Of the two pictures from the ZX Spectrum, right, that way you'll be informed of all of my future content.